Okay guys, thanks for tuning in to 80s Love. We're going to do an unboxing today. So this deck I ordered quite a while ago. I pre-ordered it and I don't know, just lots of hang-ups from a distribution side. I got it from Beefers in Hamilton. Amazing guys. They've been keeping me up to date with just the order and the progress of it. And unfortunately, yeah, there's just been a lot of delays. I think there was a lot of decks too that were promised that didn't end up getting put out to the store, so I'm stoked that I was able to get this. You've seen a lot of other unboxings and stuff. You've already seen this deck all over YouTube, and so I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch me unbox it. And yeah, it's not going to be super unique in the sense that they're out there. They were available. They're harder to get now. And on that point, I will put a link. I found one on Amazon. It is an affiliate link, so I will get a little bit of money from it if you guys clicked on it and purchased it. Go support your local stores first if you can find it there. If you can't, check out that link though. It's the Canadian Amazon, and I think there's one on there that I've seen anyways. I'll put that in the description section. As we're diving into this box, we're looking at the Ray Underhill. It's the chain and cross one. And I'm just going to put up a little clip here of him skating in propaganda. So Ray Underhill, super rad dude. Unfortunately, he passed away August 1st, I think it was, 2008 with a brain tumor. They did do a tribute deck, which is this one here in 2015, but it's been 10 years since they've released another deck. So a lot of people are really stoked to get their hands on this. Anyways, I'm going to start the opening process. We're going to put up a little clip here of Ray Underhill skating in propaganda so you can watch that as you're watching me. I know we all have this like lack of ability to pay attention for any extended period of time. So go ahead and watch that as I'm unboxing here. I am stoked to get into this though, guys. I've been waiting for this one. So this one that they've done to my right, the kind of greeny bluish one, was one in 2015. It was a limited run with the original shape before the blunt nose. So this was the very first shape concept with more of a pointy nose that was going to come out, or that did come out, but very few of them went out. So this was a tribute to that. And yeah, such a sick deck, sick colorway. Anyways, they haven't done one since 2015, so pretty excited about this as were many others. But let's just get into this here. All right, I do have my trusty knife with me. I want to give another shout out to Beefers. Like, man, what a process, and it's got to be so stressful for these business owners that are just trying to, you know, take in these pre-orders and fulfill them. Can be a bit daunting if things start to get delayed, so I'm sure very stressful for them. Oh man, it looks so good. Yeah, this deck looks so killer. Just gonna set that down for a sec. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna unbox here, and then we're also going to just run through the specs all in one. I'm not gonna do a second video. As you know, I haven't been posting as many as I'd like to. I still have a bunch of videos that I want to do, but just time restraints and stuff. So I am going to just go through and do this kind of an all-in-one. So thank you, some extra stoke here for some grip. Killer. Awesome, guys. Appreciate that. And then just some packing in here. Always amazing, you know, just to get that extra grip even, because there's a cost associated with that. So, you know, truly appreciate it. There we go, just an empty box that I will be using for another one. And here we have it. Oh, so good. This is the gold foil, the black one that is hard to get now, and they are releasing a red one coming out in, I believe it's August of this year. So if you missed out on this one, there is going to be a red one that's dropping. I'm super excited that they probably didn't put it in shrink just because they didn't want it to be stuck to it. So this looks like they actually put it in the same type of bag that they would put in the Bones Brigade series. Amazing, yeah. So 7 plies of 100% American hard rock maple, Skate One Corp, I think these things are still, yeah, manufactured in Mexico, but they're using 7-ply hard rock maple out of the US. The gold foil looks pretty good, guys. Let's get this thing open. I am keeping it, and it's gonna go right there beside the other one. Now I know that they're saying if you are gonna open them, if you're gonna be just displaying them, to do it carefully because the gold foil is susceptible to like coming off. Oh man, that looks so good. Oh no, there is a blemish on it though. That sucks. So there is a blemish right there. It almost looks like wheel bite, but on the wrong side. Anyways, it's down right through. But look at the natty edge on that. That is such, man, that would be a fun concave to skate. So cool. There we go. Looks pretty square, which is nice. Yeah, it looks pretty square, which is good. There you go, guys. Look at that gold foil. That top, this has got to be one of the coolest top graphics. I love that little bit of a Stevie Ray Vaughan vibe, the SRV vibe with the hat up there. But man, that looks so good. Such a killer deck. It's gonna look sick there. Man, that's gonna look good. So I've wanted the blunt one. I had a chance to get the blunt one when I got this one. There was a couple earlier reissues, I think 2, maybe 3 other ones. There was a black, well, yeah, 3 for sure, because there was a black, a white, and a red, I believe. And I could have got the red when I got this one, but anyways, I ended up getting that instead from the gentleman. He was selling both of them. I maybe should have bought both, but I really like the idea of the blunt nose as well. That's sick. Man, that looks good. Yeah, that looks killer. And I honestly do really like the fact that it's the natty edges on it. All right, so a couple of the things that I wanted to go through. We're going to go through the specs, but I wanted to see how it compared to the OGs. And so I reached out to Powell Peralta groups on Facebook. They provided me some good insight. One of the things is that if you even go to the Powell Peralta page or the Skate 1 page where they're highlighting these decks, they mentioned that the original release date was 1990. Now, arguably, and I'm going to pull it up here because here's a picture of an OG deck with the Roman numerals depicting a 1989, and a lot of the guys on the Powell Peralta page said that the original release was 1989. So it's going to be like 89, 90 is where it's going to be falling as far as the original release date. So yeah, so for as far as the full size, because they had a full size and they had a mini, this one I think is closer to the full size. I'm just going to pull up a spec sheet here. I'm going to walk you guys through them just so you can physically see or tangibly see the differences between what we got here in the reissue and what the old school ones were actually sized at. So as far as the full size, the length was 31 inches and 3/8. The width was 10 inches and 1/8. The nose was 4 inches and 3/4. The tail was 6.5, and the wheelbase was 15 and 1/8. The mini was 30.5, so as opposed to that 31 3/8. The width was 9.25 as opposed to that 10 and 1/8. The nose was 5.5 compared to the nose on the full size at 4 3/4, which doesn't kind of make sense to me because the nose on the mini is actually bigger. And then the tails were the same at 6.5. The wheelbase was, or is on the mini, is 13.5 versus the 15 and 1/8 on the full size. Now the reissues, they are a little bit different. So the specs on them are 31.03 is what they come up as, which is 31 and 1/32. The width is, so we're going to just go through, the width here is 9.9, which is 9 7/8. The nose, again here, is 4.68, so 4 3/4. The tail is 6 3/4, so 6.78 they give in the specs. And then the wheelbase for this one, I'm actually surprised. I am seeing this and I can't believe it. But anyways, the wheelbase on this one is 15.37, which is 15 3/8. So again, when you're just looking at them there, you can see that the reissue is a lot closer to the full size than it is the mini. So this would be probably more the full size shape. And the shape on this one, you can see it, the last 3 digits here in the end of the number up top and between the trucks is 175. And then the concave on this is kilo 21. There we go, is the concave on it. Obviously, this is a heat transfer that's put on here. As far as the foil, I don't understand that process. I would assume that it's just part of the heat transfer process, but it is a foil that's on there. And then what else was I going to say on this? Obviously, the artwork was done by Cliver on this one. So Cliver did the artwork on this. And then, guys, I'm just trying to think. Oh yes, the thing that I just noticed, and I couldn't believe when I noticed it. Let me pull up my trusty Psycho riser here. And so we do this quite often, and we know that as of probably 2017 and 18, the majority of reissues, maybe, yeah, I would say probably around then, but the majority of reissues for Powell started to move towards the full size, the old school truckle pattern. But this looks different to me. So let's put this up here and see what's going on. Yeah, unreal. So this one, they actually went back to the new school truckle pattern, which is a little odd to me that they would do that, considering that they have been doing the old school truckle pattern in that, yeah, this is a reissue of an old school shape. So why would they go new school? I don't know. Maybe they just want an opportunity for more people to get out there and actually skate this thing with a lot of truck options, because you are limited as far as trucks go to find trucks that have the old school truck roll pattern. So this provides a lot more flexibility. Essentially, you can just go buy whatever trucks you love and stick them on there, and they're gonna work for you. Obviously, you're gonna want to get the right size. I would say probably like a minimum 159. I would still be rocking the 169s just because that's my go-to truck on this. And I know some crazy guys like to put like 215s on it with smaller wheels. But I would probably just go to my go-to 169s on this. But you decide whatever you like to skate. But there you go, guys. Pretty sick. Powell Peralta, this is the 2025 Black Gold Foil Edition Ray Underhill. And so stoked that they were able to bring another one out. This is so rad. Happy to get my hands on it. Not gonna lie, a little bit disappointed by that little mark right there. Not sure what happened, but a bit of a pain to see that there, that's for sure. Outside of that, I think that pretty much covers it. Thanks again for watching, guys. I truly appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me. Like I said, if you're interested in finding this deck and you can't find it locally, jump on that Amazon link, especially if you're in Canada, and take advantage of getting it, because I know they say these were limited. They're saying that the red one's going to be dropping is limited as well. Here's a picture of the red one. I'll put it up. I actually don't love this. It's almost more burgundy to me, and I don't love it. I definitely prefer the black over the burgundy one. It just doesn't feel that 80s to me, this color, the red one. Whereas the black, not that it screams super 80s, you know, as far as what we think about skate culture being vibrant colors and stuff, but I just think it looks cooler. All right, thanks again for watching, guys. Peace out. Enjoy your week. Cheers.